One item that most of us carry on a daily basis is keys, house keys, office keys, etc. In a survival situation, keys are kind of useful. You can sharpen them on a rock, make a rudimentary knife. That's not what we're going to do today. I'm just going to show you the couple of EDC items that I have in my little key pouch. And that's all. We're going to see what this pouch is all about. Okay. I carry my keys every day, so I thought I would put a couple of items in here that I could use in a variety of situations. Now, they're not going to keep me alive, they're not survival tools that will allow me to survive anything, but hey, it's better than nothing. Okay, this is a cheap pouch, cost me about €4. It's pretty thin leather. It is genuine leather, but it's pretty thin, so this is not going to last me forever. I just like the pouch and I thought I'd give it a shot. Okay, the first part of this pouch holds a couple of things. First thing that pops out here is half a heart, and the sweetest, most beautiful girl in the world has the other half of this, and that gives me something to live for. That may sound very grand, but it is good to be reminded of that. Many people who actually survive disasters and stuff say, well, you know, I was thinking of my wife, my children, my girlfriend, my whatever it may be, my parents, whatever, but something that made them go on. So that's why I make a point of actually carrying this with me all the time. This is my little friend. Everybody needs a friend, right? It's one of those little Chinese puppet things. I just enjoy it. It's a cute little thing. Completely useless, although in an emergency I guess it is wood. It maybe could help you start a fire or something, but that's not why I carry it. Okay, office key and house key. I'm not going to show you any serial numbers on that, if you don't mind. Here I have a little thing from my bank, which gives me an alarm number to call because I'm insured there, but also an address. If you have found these keys, you can send it to, you can just put it in a letterbox, and this has a sort of P.O. box, and then it's sent there, and then they can identify me, which is quite nice. Here I have a true utility eyeglass, which I like a lot. 5-power loop, good in, you know, check if you have thorns or stuff in their wounds. That's quite useful. And I guess in an emergency situation it could allow you to start a fire, although you clearly need sun for that to work. Okay, I'm just going to put this stuff back in there, just so that it's a bit organized. In the middle pouch here I have another true utility product, this little light bulb, which has an LED in there. I always have a flashlight on my person, but that gives you a focused beam. Sometimes it's nice to have something that gives you ambient light, which is what I use this for. This is great if you just want something to find the lock in your door when it's dark. It stays on as long as you push the button, and then it switches off again. And for those of you who care about such things, you'll be pleased to know that you can replace the batteries once it runs out. It's a funky little thing, and as you can see it has taken quite a beating, but it's very hard plastic, so it's really held up. Also in here is a small carabiner. I could suspend this from something and then put a little bit of tape on there if I want to keep that on for a while. Okay, final thing that I have in here is in this pouch, and that is a Spyderco ladybug. This is a small knife. Here, let me see. Here you have a fountain pen, so it gives you a bit of an idea of how big it is. It's small, but don't underestimate this thing. I really like it. It has a serrated edge, has nice jimping here on the back, so that it really gives you a pleasant spot for your thumb to hold. It doesn't slide away. You have that big eye that Spyderco does typically, which does allow one-handed opening. And this is H1 steel, which means that I don't claim to understand the full metallurgical implications of all this, but apparently they replaced, if I understand correctly, carbon atoms with hydrogen atoms in the steel, which makes it completely stainless, whereas stainless steel typically does rust at some point. This stuff, a lot of divers use this because you can actually even submerge it in salt water and it should not rust, which is quite cool. Simple grip scales, it's yellow, so you should be able to find it back. You even got a lanyard hole in there. This thing, I didn't really have a good bit of paracord. This is very small, so I hardly have any leverage. But believe me, it's very sharp, and if this would be a full-length bit of paracord, I would cut through it without any resistance. So very sharp, serrated edge, holds an edge longer, but it's harder to sharpen once it goes dull. I carry this just to have a small utility knife that is applicable to a lot of different situations. And there you have it. That's my EDC key carry system. It's not really a system, but I just have a couple of items in here that I find useful. So the only items that I would say are survival-ish are that light, are the knife, and the maybe the eyeglass. I think it's useful stuff. I use all of those items a lot, and that's the reason I carry them. So I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.